Hello and welcome to this video. As a POS software business owner, it's paramount to understand into detail how the hardware devices which run the Sumundi Keepsales software operate. To begin with, let's dive into all the interesting components of a typical POS system. First is the computer itself, which, as you already know, is the component that brings all the other hardware components together. Because Sumundi Keepsales runs as a web application, all that typically needs to be done is to install a browser on the computer and log on with a link to Keepsales. In the description are links to various documents and tutorials that train you in how to use Sumundi Keepsales and how to set up the computer and other components as well. Next is the barcode scanner. A barcode, in the simplest terms, is the black and white lines you usually see on products with some random numbers under them. Those black and white lines are simply encoded formats of the numbers. These numbers are usually used to represent the product in a retail software. So anytime the code is scanned during purchase, the retail software automatically picks the products from the shop's inventory. It usually helps in eliminating manual typing of products during sales. The cash drawer is also a very interesting device. It's a highly modernized and organized metallic device made for keeping the cash sales in the shop. It also comes with a key and lock as well. Finally, the receipt printer. The receipt printer is usually the second most important component in most POS setups. Just as the name sounds, its purpose is to print receipts for the customers after the sale is recorded. The retail software automatically sends the print commands to the receipt with all the information. Receipt printers are also known as thermal printers, and what makes them special is that unlike the typical office printers, these ones do not need ink. They use special heat technology to generate the receipt. It's very useful to know that it is not compulsory for the customer to have all of the components before using the software. A shop, for example, can just start with a computer and later purchase a printer and other components. As the IT business owner, you need to be very sensitive about the prices of the computers you sell to your customers. Fortunately, a retail software like Sumundi Keepsales can run on a wide variety of computer devices, which gives you more options of what you can sell. So depending on the customer's budget, shop spacing and preference, you can always get something optimal for them. This is a very important point to take note of. In the setting up of the business section of this guide, we will talk more about how you can source affordable devices from Sumundi. Next, we will talk about the core types of POS setups: cloud-based versus on-premise. We will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of both. But before we do so, let's quickly differentiate the two. Cloud-based POS software are usually termed locally as online POS software, meaning they require the internet to work. On-premise POS software are usually termed locally as offline software. Maybe I want an offline software. And that's what you usually hear. You never actually hear on-premise, you hear offline, meaning they are usually installed locally on the shop's computer and work without the internet. So we'll now jump straight to the advantages and disadvantages of both. So let's begin with the offline software. Now, the advantages: no need for internet connectivity. It's easy to set up even in places with bad internet. Offline software is easier to sell as potential customers usually have objections with the need for internet connectivity, and we'll talk about that. Disadvantages: they require on-site maintenance and manual updates. So, for example, if you live in Accra, Ghana, and you install an offline software for your customer in Takoradi, you always need to travel to Takoradi if there are issues or if you need to do some system updates. Look at that. There is the high possibility of data loss because all the business data is stored right on the client's computer. So any damage to the PC or storage system can lead to data corruption or loss. This makes offline software very dangerous to use. For your customers, they will always need to come all the way to the shop before checking their sales records, and it defeats the whole purpose of having a retail software to manage business affairs in their absence. And now with offline software, it's very difficult for shop owners to find idle time to update their business information. Most of the time, all the data is stored on a single PC, and that same PC is what is used to check out the customers. Smart employees can also easily manipulate business information stored on the computer and steal from the owner. Next, let's talk about cloud-based or online POS software. Now, these are the disadvantages. The only disadvantage is they will always require internet for most functionality to work, but we'll talk about this in the advantages as well. Now, the advantages. Sumundi Keepsales happens to be a hybrid POS software, meaning the client can enjoy all the benefits of an online system while avoiding its downside. So then Sumundi Keepsales allows the client to record their sales both online in good network conditions and offline in bad network conditions. All clients' data in a cloud-based POS software is safely stored in the cloud with almost no risk of data loss due to multiple automated backups. And then your client enjoys advanced security encryptions automatically for all their data. You can serve customers beyond location without the headache of traveling back and forth all the time if you have to serve a customer. And then customers are able to enjoy the flexibility of choosing different types of devices for selling. Sumundi Keepsales, for example, gives their clients the opportunity to use Android terminals, smartphones, tablets, laptops, or Windows desktop PCs. Unlike the offline software where you usually have to install strictly on a desktop computer. Now, it's faster and easier to reach support for cloud-based POS with live chats and then live support. And when business information is to be updated, employees and managers do not have to waste time updating each individual device manually. Shop owners can sit in their comfort of their homes and then check their data, check what's going on, update information, product information, and whatever there is to update without having to wait for a special time or without having to queue on a single PC to do that. And at this point, you are already seeing the enormous benefits of a hybrid software like Sumundi Keepsales and what it offers to shop owners. And this is a very important point to note because then in interacting with customers, you would meet a lot of customers that are a bit hesitant to try out the cloud-based software, the hybrid software, but then it's your job as the business owner to show them the options, show them the risks that are involved with the offline software, and show them how Sumundi Keepsales gives them the benefits of both worlds, and that way you ease their doubts and then their worries. In this video, we have talked about the key components of a POS setup and also compared the two variant types of POS software, cloud-based and on-premise. It's important that you familiarize yourself with Sumundi Keepsales and get to know it inside out. We have a ton of explainer videos on how Sumundi Keepsales works on our channel. Do well to learn from this as much as you can because you can't sell what you don't understand. And don't forget to register to join the resellers community. The link is in the description. Thank you very much for getting to the end of this video.